Ooh, it's Nash. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Nash here with another video, here to talk about episode 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 10. Joined again by my lovely co-host, and amazing boyfriend, Carly Cross.
Hello everybody.
Hello. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell us down below, how do you feel about the queens that made it through from bracket 1?
Well, we know now, don't we?
That's what I mean, so they'll be able to tell us how they feel about those 3 queens that make it through.
How do you feel?
I'll get there at the end of the video, I think. We'll go through what happened in the video and then we'll talk about how we feel about the queens that have gone through. So, this episode was a makeover challenge, which I'm kind of surprised they did. I don't know why. It just feels a bit... I don't know.
Interesting on the people they used, the athletes, basketball people, basketball ladies.
Leaders. Basketball leaders. The thing is, a lot of the time, I think they're getting better at it now. So back in the day, they used to always use men. But then the thing was, the men that they always got were always really reluctant to do it half the time, which made it twice as hard for the queens, which was really unfair. Whereas I think at least nowadays, they seem to be getting a lot more women involved, or people that are at least wanting to do it.
Yeah, because I'd imagine that'd be quite challenging if you're giving someone a makeover who didn't want the makeover.
Exactly, like, it baffled me half the time, like, the people that would end up on there would be like, why are you making this so much harder for the queens? They're already having a hard time. So they had to actually do sports for the mini challenge.
I thought they did well. They did well.
Well, this is the thing though.
As soon as they got one ball in the basket, they were just basket.
Whereas I would have been like, I would have been RuPaul, I wouldn't have got a single one in there.
I don't think I would have either.
No, I'm terrible at basketball.
Not even in my heels and I'm about 7 foot tall.
No, not even me, and I'm taller than you in heels.
Yeah.
Be shit.
But that's enough of us being bad at sports.
But Irene, 8 baskets.
Yeah, she did very well. It was
Bosco got 7.
Yeah, she was on her tails, and you could tell Irene.
Oh, Irene.
Was sweating.
Yeah, she was. She was like, "Stay away from my score." It was mental. I was like, "How are you guys so good at this?" Yeah. And Olivia Lux thought she would be better, I think. Because she was like, this is a lot harder than it looks. And it's like, you thought it looked easy. But yeah, so Irene as the winner, she gets to pair up the queens with the basketball players. I think she did a fair job. You know, I don't think she screwed anyone over, which you can do if you really want to and has been done in the past.
Has she got that side to her, do you think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I think she would have thought it through and been like, do I want to do this? Don't I want to do this? But you know, I'm glad everyone had sort of like a good opportunity to...
Do you think she would have reacted different if she wasn't in the lead?
I think she would have. Yeah. I think if she wasn't in the lead, she would have tried to screw someone over. Yeah. Which, of course, but you know, she's in the lead anyway. She's joint in the lead with Bosco, so she doesn't need to play dirty in that aspect. But yeah, I think anyone would. You know, if at the end of the day, you got to give yourself the leg up in the competition.
Well, $200,000. Dollars if they win.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you got to play the game at the end of the day. What did you think of the makeovers? Did anyone stand out to you as a pair?
Yes, I think my favourite one was, you'll have to remind me on the person who did it, but who was the fairies?
Aja,
yes. I know she hasn't been my favourite so far in this series, but I thought that was a good makeover. As well as Bosco, because she was the goddess.
Yeah, she had the goddess. Yes. I really liked them. I liked Irene's as well. I think Irene went a different route. Like, it wasn't just traditionally pretty. Like, she kind of like had a concept. I liked that they were close enough but slightly different. The thing that bothered me about Aja's was the boots.
Oh dear.
Because like it was like I understood what Michelle was saying about it being a bit costumey, but that doesn't bother me too much. Like, you can have it a bit costumey, it's drag at the end of the day, whatever you like. But it was the fact that it was like all cute seeing that on top, and then you just had these like thigh-high white boots.
Didn't match it. I thought it was okay, but yeah, I can see what you
it was fine. It was one of those things where I'm like, if you had changed this to something else, it could have been better. Whereas I think like Bosco's, I looked at and I was like, no notes. Irene's, I kind of looked at and I was like, no notes again. You know, I think the makeup was great on both. The outfits were very cohesive. they all matched, and you know, I wouldn't have changed anything about them. But with Aja's, I was kind of like, I just would have changed the boot.
What did you think about the other costumes? What did you think about Phoenix returning that wig? When,
Thing is, I think it was a cute callback. Problem was, there wasn't enough there. You didn't look at it and go, wow, this is amazing. You kind of looked at it and went, oh, that's cute.
And prison outfits are not the best, are they?
No, and it's one of those things, all she was doing was she was calling back something from her season, which is fine to do, like, don't get me wrong, and it was cute. But the problem is, this is episode 3, like, you need to, like, pull out everything, and that just wasn't enough.
She said she intended to, but just, again, a little lackluster.
Yeah, exactly that. It was just, it needed more to it. And I think that was the issue for me. Olivia's, again, I thought Olivia's was cute. But again, it was cute. I didn't look at it and go, this is cool. And Deja...
What did you think about the basketball player who let him shave off her eyebrows?
I mean, to be fair, like, a lot of the time when I do drag, do shave off my eyebrows. Obviously, I haven't at the moment, but that's because you don't like me without.
I love you, babes, but you'll never shave off my eyebrows.
I'm not going to shave off your eyebrows, don't worry. Do it in your sleep. But, you know, it's one of those things. I did at least pluck my eyebrows today, so they're a bit smaller than they were. I don't have caterpillars at the moment, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, hey, she's willing to do it. Do you know what the thing that annoyed me was, though?
What's that?
She let us shave off the eyebrows, and it was like the worst outfit, though.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like, don't you
sacrifice, and then
the mug was gorgeous. Deja knows how to paint. Deja's face always looks stunning. Her makeover partner, the face looked stunning. The problem was the outfits I hated.
Yeah, it wasn't the strongest.
And I just don't feel like they looked like they were related. Like, the hair was so different. The outfits looked too different. Like...
Is that what the judges said?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what Michelle said. She was like, I don't see family resemblance. Which, yeah, I didn't see family resemblance either. You know, as a makeover went, it was okay. But if you're saying that it's family resemblance, I think that was the only pair that didn't have that, like, at all.
Yeah, I agree.
But... it was a shame, but who were your top 2 for this week? Aja and Bosco?
Yes, yeah, so whichever, as I say, Aja, I've not been a greatest fan, but I felt like she had a good episode in the 3rd episode.
Perfect, lovely. Well, my top 2 were Irene and Bosco, who were the actual top 2, so look at that.
You know what you're talking about.
I mean, I should know, you say that, the amount of times where I've been like, nah, it should have been such and such, it does happen. But they have to lip sync. They lip synced to a song which I can't remember, and it was I don't think it was a great song. It was a Jennifer Hudson song.
It was, yeah.
Oh, something about the pocketbook, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I was very meh about the lip sync and very meh about the song choice in general. Irene won, and I was like, sure. I think it could have gone either way. I think Irene was at least doing more than Bosco. I think Bosco was kind of just walking up and down the stage.
And she was happy with it. She said at the end of it, she's actually won a lip sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she'd been in the top 2 both times, but she hadn't won a lip sync. And yeah, so now, after the other queens distribute their points, because I can't bother trying to remember who gave whose points, but our top 3 that are moving on from bracket 1 to the semi-finals, Irene the Alien, Bosco, and Aja. Thoughts?
Well, Bosco and I always get a name wrong. Eileen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alien. I think they were through from last week. As I say, I've not always been a greatest fan, but Aja, I feel like she did. She deserved it in the final. She won me round anyway.
You looking forward to seeing more of Aja come the semi-finals?
We'll see. We'll see how stronger the competitors are in the next 2 brackets.
There you go. The queens seem very confident about moving on to the next bracket. They're going to be stiff competition to beat. Are you ready for next week to get 6 more queens? 6 new queens.
Queens. I'm looking forward to that.
What sort of queen are you hoping will show up?
Again, you know me. I like the darker look, say like a dark coffee musical queen.
So maybe sort of like more of an alternative queen.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Drag Race doesn't tend to like them very
dear.
much. They get on there and they don't get very far. because then they tend to turn around and be like, can you give us a glamazon look? And then it just doesn't go very well. But there have been some, so it's always a possibility. That makes me surprised you don't like Acid Betty.
Acid Betty? Can't remember.
She had like the skull and...
Oh, I remember. Did I say I didn't like it?
Yeah.
No. I'd have to watch her again.
Yeah, well, she's not in it at the moment. She's in bracket 3.
Okay, so she is in this.
Yeah, she's in this series, so we'll get around to it at some point. But yeah, she's kind of alternative.
Okay.
So, maybe. But yeah, let us know what you thought about the 3 moving on. So we've got Bosco, Irene the Alien, and Aja. Do you agree? Are these the 3 that you saw going into it? I think they weren't the 3 that I saw going into it when the cast was announced. But I didn't see Irene getting as amazing, like doing as well as she did. So
especially when she went out early.
Exactly, she went out first. So who knew that she was going to come back and be in the top every single week? Absolutely insane. Let us know down below. What do you think of these top 3? Are these the top 3 that you wanted to go ahead from this bracket? Who are you hoping to see make it to from the other brackets? Because we've got 2 other brackets to go.
Looking forward to it.
Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you lovely people next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ghost Horse, why is there a party? Nay.